Who do I think I am? 757 Spy with 2 streams on one day? But you can't pass up a chance to fly down in the Hawaiian Islands if there's ATC. So that's what we're going to do here tonight just for a little bit. Let's see how long the ATC lasts and how long we can keep this plane in the air. See you soon. Yes, indeed. Here we go, guys. We do have, like I said, a little bit of leftover kind of residual ATC from the event Escape. What is it called again? Something Divert to Paradise. It's been a pretty good event. It started today at 1 o'clock or so, or 1100, sorry, Pacific time. 1 o'clock Pacific time. I don't know. It started about 6 hours ago, and guys have been traveling down all day long, pretty much. There's still a few guys here to wrangle in, and as you can see, there's you know they're starting to get things sorted out. 36 arrivals still in Honolulu, and it looks like Kalului, Kalahui, Kahalui is only 5 departures, 6 arrivals, so they're kind of looks like they may almost be wrapping it up. But we're going to fly in the area, and I am filing IFR tonight, mainly because I just want to practice in the Turbo Arrow. I've done a lot of VFR stuff in the Turbo Arrow, but I have not done anything IFR yet, or at least not too many. So we're going to be up here. This is Port Allen. We're going to be departing off of the, I think this is the Port Allen VOR, outbound 111, down here to the, uh, whoops, this is VFR chart, down here to the Gecko intersection, and we're going to turn to Alana, and we'll have to track Lanai to get to Alana, and then from Alana take our turn into Molokai, and we do not have any arrivals into, um, yeah, no arrivals into Molokai, but we do have a VOR approach if we need it, and as you can see, there are a few clouds in the area, so a few storms that could potentially cause us problems, but that's going to be the filed route today. So let's see what happens. We're going to connect here, and let's get rid of our last flight plan. And I don't know what I would divert to if I had to, so we'll leave that out. Probably not going to get going in 1 minute, but I would say here within the next 20 minutes we could be airborne. Looks like this is going to take a little over an hour, and we'll probably have a good 3 hours of fuel in there. We'll be in that 120 range, and altitude, oh, I think we can get away with 3,000. Let me close that just to make sure there's no issues, because there are some terrain issues around here, but yeah, like this is 7,000. What's Molokai? Let's just take a look at the diagram here and see. Well, the elevation here is just 454. So I think 3,000 will be just fine. Okay, this was nope, this is not a Bush League backcountry. We will say thanks to the ATC as always, and we will encourage them to stop by and say hi. And we will, I think I already copied this, but we'll put that in as our route. We are going to be officially slant alpha, even though we have a little bit more that we could use if we need to. Okay, everything else look good. Vietnam, oh boy. Sometimes it does this. PHVA, PHMK, 10120, an hour, 10 minutes, 3 hours, about 120, and eastbound 3,000 feet. All right, let's put that in there, and let's get this bird fired up. This is really a kind of a response to what I was wanting to do this morning. I thought about, just about fired up the 727 and flew out here, but then I was like, oh, I don't know if I can. It's hard to block out 8 hours for a flight. And sure enough, it was probably a good choice because I ended up able to do a bunch of stuff around the house. Kind of a nice Saturday. I had the day off, so it was pretty good it was a pretty good day to get stuff done. All right, here we go. Let's see. Battery switch is coming on. Brakes, I think, are set already. There is the Hound. Hello again, my friend. Yep, good to have you back. Fuel, fuel, fuel. I have plenty of fuel here. I don't think I'm going to worry about that. Yeah, for an hour flight, we should be good. We will, the prop lever, let's get that guy full forward. Fuel selector, we're going to go ahead and go on the, if I can, left tank to get things started. Doesn't really matter. They're nice and equal right now. Left tank might have just a hair more, so that's probably a good one to start with. Throttle will open up a ½ inch or so. Mixture full rich. And let's engage that starter. All right, there we go. We can try. This is hard to get to now. Let's get the alternator on. And oh man, we forgot to put the fuel pump on. Holy cow. Fuel pump should be on low. Now, that's a little bit of a glitch. We shouldn't have had any fuel pressure to start the engines there. That's not good. All right, anti-collision lights can come on. And it shouldn't need the pitot heat, but go ahead and start it. Actually, no, not just yet. And last time we flew this plane, Aries, we ended up icing up and crashing. So a little bit paranoid about any and all potential icing conditions. Okay, so we have looks like an east center and a west center. So we'll go 2780 for that west center. And let's see if there's anything I have to turn on over here. Sometimes I forget about that. This guy, he's on. I do need to turn seems like I have to turn had trouble with this ADF or the DME last time. There we go. There we go. All right. So, and then we better make sure that the compasses are aligned. We're sitting at about 080, and this guy is definitely not. Spin it around and around and around. I think that's going to be pretty close. We will see. We will see. Okay, I'm not hearing anything on the frequency here, which makes me think I didn't get something turned on correctly. Yeah, this guy's not turned on yet, I guess. Oh, this is COM 2, so that's why. So 2280, yeah, that's what we have right now. That's the reason. I knew there was something that I forgot to do. 2780. One of my planes, there's a power switch over on the right-hand side that I always forget to turn on. I think it's the Prop Strike 170, and so I'll tune everything in and not be able to talk to everybody because there's a little switch right there. This one I keep forgetting. This is COM 2. I mean, we could talk on COM 2 if we wanted to, but we'll leave that for later. So this COM 1, that should be good to go. There's no ATIS here today, but we can look at active sky weather and get a feel for what's going on. Partly cloudy, looks like a beautiful 77-degree day. Surface winds 102 at 9, so favoring an northeast departure. 29er, and again 10 statute miles. A few clouds, looks like at 5,000, so that might impact us just a little bit. We'll see. We will see. 29er, though, we'll set that and we'll get ready to fly. Super small gauges here. I really have to. Bad enough I've got old eyes, but there we go, near sea level, so that's good. All right, let's see if Honolulu is talking to us and see if we can get our clearance. Actually, I need to make a quick note to myself of what we're doing. All right, Port Allen to Molokai and Honolulu Center, November 11816. Oh, 2780. Gotta have the right frequency. It's important. Let's try that again.
And Delta
hey, much better.
1330 runway 2, clear to 1 end.
He's going to be busy, so it might take us a little while. And Honolulu Center, November 11816.
No.
Yes, sir. And Center, November 11816 on the ground, Port Allen. We're going to take a by a part of Molokai. I think I stepped on him, he stepped on me, I'm not positive.
November 11816, alright, you're clear to Molokai via radar vectors Victor 16, then is followed. Climb and maintain 3000 and squawk 0722.
Clear to Molokai, radar vectors Victor 16, then is filed, will maintain 3000, squawk 0722. November 11816.
November 11816, read back correct. Push and start is at your own discretion, and
contact me airborne.
Lahui, altimeter is 2986.
2986, 11816. Oh, that's...
good evening, Honolulu Center, 6180 is
right.
flight heavy, 2,100 feet on the runway heading.
18875.
I thought we were uncontrolled here, but that's okay.
Maintain 13,000, turn left, direct Lanai.
2986, wow, that's...
climb up to 13,000, turn left, proceed direct to
I'm going to stay 29er because I know we're not below sea level.
And number 11816, release for departure, time now 0110 Zulu, clearance void if not off by 0140 Zulu, and when airborne contact me 127.8 and return to advisory frequency approved.
Alright, clearance void 0140 Zulu. We'll contact you airborne November 11816. All right, all right, all right. 2280. So we're back over to Unicom. All right, that makes more sense. I need to put in my transponder code still. 014. Nope. 0722. Engine should be nice and warm here. 0722. Nice of the guy to get us squeezed in. Again, I know these guys are super busy right now. All kinds of stuff going on down here, but appreciate them squeezing us in there. Black Fox, I threw the webcam on so that you could see the sweat on my brow, because boy, I was worked like a dog, man. Worked like a dog, but nope. She let me live, let me come out and play. So I'm happy about that. All right, here's where we're at. Right here, we're going to be heading down to runway 9er, departing to the east. We'll call him when airborne. Al South MIA checking in. Good evening, my friend. Yeah, aviator classes. That's a good call, Black Fox. I think the next time I go in for a checkup for a new prescription, I need to get some aviator style glasses. South Kauai, South Kauai, 1540. Please forgive me, by the way, if you are from Hawaii and I completely crush all words. I'm awful. I don't mean to be. I'm Scandinavian, and I don't know. I just struggle for some reason. Okay, so that's going to be the first VOR we need. That's our outbound. We're going to be outbound 111. And then, like I said before, we have to pick up the Lanai, which is 17.7. So we can go ahead and put that in and just be ready to go. Just a reminder, any reminders we need to remind you of tonight? No, you guys did a bang up job, so I think we're good. Usually downwind sim will remind me to check my airspeed. That's about it. But that's kind of a usual occurrence. Okay, let's flip the tank over to the right tank here. I've been burning gas in that one for a while, and I think we're about ready to go. This ought to take about an hour, which should be just perfect. All right, thanks for the reminder there, Black Fox. Tell your wife that I did try to make up for the error of my ways by doing 2 extra loads of laundry while my wife took a nap. So you'll have to ask her if that sufficiently makes up for me not doing what I didn't know I was supposed to do earlier. You're gonna have to let me know. Port Allen traffic, Arrow 11816, back taxi runway 9er, IFR departure, Port Allen. She says good, bonus points. Good deal. Good deal. All right. Yep. Nobody coming. I think we're good there. While we're going, let's check on our to-dos. And we haven't turned on any lights here. Yes, we have. We need the landing lights. They can come on. And I'm going to go ahead and transponder code is set. I am going to go mode Charlie now in X-Pilot, and I'm going to make sure this is on alt. That looks good. I read once that when you back taxi, you're supposed to back taxi on one side so that anybody that's approaching the airfield that maybe is not in communication will know clearly that you are not either on your rollout after departure or for taking off. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's good. End of the day T. It's snowing again where I live, so I'm trying to get geared up to break the plow out, or the shovel out again. I am the plow. Not looking forward to that, although I did get 3 really good workouts this week because of that. So, and we'll take it. All right, this is all ortho, by the way. I cooked a little bit of ortho, and everything airport-wise is default. I just was curious to see, you know, what everything looked like. I do have a really nice scenery package for P3D, but I thought, yeah, let's just, you know, I fly down here, not every day, obviously, but every month or so. Basically whenever they have a ATC, I come down here and fly just because it's so beautiful. So I thought, why not? Let's build some ortho, and then maybe we can, a little at a time, maybe we can find some, you know, some add-on airports, or we can just go in and kind of, you know, fix them up ourselves. Okay, let's get to the run-up area, and then we'll be ready to take off. Flooding here, oh yeah, no, not at all. Yeah, our basement's flooded twice since we've lived here for the past 6 years, so it's not fun at all. Minor things, not anything major, but just enough to ruin your day. All right, run up procedure. Let's set that brake. Let's crank things up 2,000 on the RPMs. Do like the sounds. I think I may end up, you guys tell me, I might have to turn the engine sounds down a little bit. Sometimes they get a little bit loud, so let me know. Just a quick mag check. Not much of a drop there. Same. Vacuum. Yep, we're up there almost at 5. That's good. Oil temps and pressures are all looking very good. Okay, EGT. I think we're good. I think we are good. Let's bring that back down. Yep, I think we're ready, guys. Port Allen traffic, Arrow 11816, departing runway 9er, Port Allen. Okay, we have the frequency ready. Go back over to center. Put a notch of flaps in. And let's see, we're looking for a rotation speed of 74 today. Let's see if our trim is set. Hard to see there. Spin that up just a bit. There we go. There's takeoff trim set. I don't need to lean the prop, or excuse me, I don't need to lean the mix. Prop set, trim set. Okay, here we go. Rotation of 74. We're going to try to climb out at 79. Alright, so I'll get going, and I'll back the engine sounds off a little bit out south. Thank you. There's 60. There's me sliding. There's 70. There's 74. Forgot how short this runway was. I remember coming in here in the Duke last time. I was a little worried we weren't going to get it shut down. Okay, flaps up and gear up. Ooh, I forgot to set my outbound radio there, guys. That's not good. Alright, fly the plane. Let's get this thing set up here first. Autopilot coming on. I think it's flying the heading right now. Trying to. There we go. our call here back over to center, and then I'm sure he's going to give us a vector, and then we'll put in our outbound radio. And center arrow 11816 is climbing 1,200.
11816, ATS center, radar contact, climb maintain 3,000.
Climb maintain 3,000, 11816. Alright, let's do this, guys. I always forget, master volume. Can come down a little bit there. That should hopefully be better. I do like the sounds on this plane, but it does tend to drown out. And then
And number 816, turn right heading 110 to join Vector 16 airway.
Right turn 110, November 11816. Made it. Yep, I survived. I don't think I got my heading.
Heading
on.
84 Whiskey Golf,
right,
6
1
miles from
1.
Turn right heading 020.
And I do have to also, I screwed this up. This should be 110 on the, okay, that's interesting. Must not be past it quite yet.
696, we're ready for taxi, runway 35.
JPC, hello, hello, hello. Yeah, so the webcam is to prove to my friends the sweat on my brow from all the hard work that I did, because I got in trouble with my wife earlier. So I wanted to have visual proof. And also I told my friends I'd provide visual proof that I'm still alive. I got in a little bit of trouble. I don't know if you're around, but all right, so yeah, we're 111 outbound, so we must not quite be past. There we go. Now we're from, and here's the mist. Yeah, but so, well, here's the story, and Blue Fox says I have no excuse, but this is my side of the story. I did, in fact, double check with my wife. I said, Connie, is there anything I'd like to go down and start a flight? Is there anything else I need to do? She said no. So I came down, I started a flight. Well, I didn't realize at the time that there were sheets in the dryer, and my wife's a big fan of the Saturday nap, and so needless to say, those sheets, they got done a little bit before I was on the ground. I flew San Diego to Los Vegas. And anyway, like I said, I thought I had received clearance to to not worry about not getting stuff done, but apparently I was supposed to also know that, and I didn't. And so anyway, there was some concern about my well-being from my stream friends, and I appreciate that. I really do. The how Melvin almost got in trouble and managed to pull it off story. It's all good, man. She's stuck with me for 30 years, so I'm annoying, but apparently not that annoying. All right, what is annoying though is I am not intercepting this localizer, and I'm not going to if I'm heading 111. All right, so outbound 111. 111, that's right there. And he told me to turn. I'm actually going to go a little bit further here, like 100. Try to intercept this, and then when I do, we're going to flip this to nav. And I'm flying IFR tonight, by the way. This is the Turbo Arrow. Love this plane. I've crashed it more than I've actually successfully landed it, but it's a ton of fun. But I just haven't flown it using the radio navigation all that much. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. And yep, Black Fox, you understand. 30 years, man. It's something. It is really something. Okay, there, we're pretty close. I think we're going to go ahead and just engage the nav mode. It's not that we're annoying, it's just that our wives have invested much into the training. Yeah, you're right. There it is that. You kind of cross that threshold at some point, and they realize it's way too much work to break somebody else in. Good call. Good call. Okay, so the other thing here, let's see. I do need to think distance. And why don't I have a distance here?
Seneca 6906, ready for departure, runway 35.
I don't know. I should have something.
6906, confirm your
But
squawking mode, Charlie, and
oh, there we go.
11 runway 35, clear for
So
takeoff.
let's see.
Runway heading.
44 and 12.
We are squawking mode, Charlie, runway
54,
heading, clear for takeoff,
56. So I'm looking for a 56 DME. This is a little bit of a problem over here, but this kind of gives you an idea. We're 8.8 out right now. And anyway, we're rolling. So this is kind of the northern tip. I can't, how do I get outside? There we go. This is kind of the northern tip of the island chain. So we're gonna, you know, Port Allen is right here. This is, I am definitely not an island, not a Hawaiian expert by any means, but is this the island of Lihu, perhaps? I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna fly right down. I want to just fly right down into the middle of it here. Here are the two featured islands, Honolulu and Kahului, I believe, PHOG, yep. So anyway, we're going to try to skirt right through the middle of it. It shouldn't be that hard. Almost all of the traffic is north, coming from either Portland or Seattle. So, you know, not a huge deal, but that's beautiful, isn't it? I mean, come on. If I was...
Great, Whiskey Golf, welcome to my exit left on Alpha, taxi via Alpha to ramp.
If I was...
we're turning right.
Slant Alpha Adventures, I'd be able to do something like this. Copy that bad boy. Of course, he'd write on it.
Citation 8 Whiskey Golf,
I'm not good at that. I'm not going to try that, but we'd use the snip tool. We'd give our fans a little taste of what they're missing if they're not down here in the Hawaiian Islands, because that's why I come down here whenever I can.
Climbing through 1,900, Seneca 6906.
Let's see if I can get that posted.
Seneca 6906, Roger, you can proceed direct Rowan. Okay, direct to Rowan, Seneca 6906.
Hey, there we go. So anyway, we will be out over the open ocean here for just a little bit, and I don't know, I'm guessing this thing is type rated for that, although I don't know where the seats are. Probably flotation devices, and wouldn't you have to have some kind of a, you know, some kind of a like raft or something? Is that, I don't know. We're just going to say we have a raft back here, and yeah, we're going to call it good. With any luck, we won't need it, but that's what I said last time I was flying, and I said with any luck, we won't need the anti-ice that this does not have. How many seats? I think just the 4. I don't think that anything, I don't think you can roll that out. I think that's a true cargo area in the back. But I don't, that's just me looking at this. I don't know for sure. It looks to me like perhaps, though, it could have something in the back, honestly. Maybe it does. Maybe it does have another row of seats that you could, I don't know. 4-seater? Okay. You could just let your kid sit in the back there unbuckled. He'll be fine. Yeah. The important stuff, Black Fox. No doubt. No doubt. All right. Wish I had a way to make this just a little bit brighter. We're 12.4 away from our initial outbound South Kauai, 1540 VOR. We're not really worried about this other than being able to put in our nav and comms. Now, if we had to, you know, we could come over and we could use nav 2 and comm 2, but no big deal. I don't even know. I think you can put in. I mean, it's got the flight plan option. So my guess is you could probably put in a flight plan there, but yeah, that's just too much work. We're not going to do that. Let's update our heading bug here. Well, I hope you were able to get out. I hope you're able to do some flying yourself today. We were lucky. We were able to get 2 flights in. We managed to do a test of the PMDG 737. We took that from San Diego, California to Las Vegas, Nevada. Just a little quick hour, 20-minute flight. We just about have all of our big jets knocked out, and so far so good. They're working well with the new CPU. They're talking to the new motherboard, etc., etc. So happy about that. Time to switch fuel tanks, by the way. I think we have 737-200 and 727-200 to go. Maybe the L1011. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to look. Look and see. But yeah, we're getting there. I guess bottom line, we're getting there. And some of them we've tested offline. Some of them, obviously, like today, we've tested online. And but we're trying to mix in. I've got some people wondering about the title of the stream because I've flown, you know, Phenoms and 737s and 727s, things like that. They're kind of wondering what's going on. Am I changing the stream, the theme of the stream? No, I'm not. I'm just trying to get all those guys checked out. But we still have lots of GA stuff in the works. In fact, I'm warming this bad boy up just because we've got one coming up on Monday and then another one coming up on Thursday that you might be interested in. Well, and then Saturday, and we won't take this one on Thursday, but today and next Saturday, the Virtual USA Flying Club have some things going on. So this will be, I'm sure, in one of those. I think we have it planned for Saturday the 15th. But like I said, it's been a run of bad luck for this plane, so I thought we better get it out here and make sure it still works. Hey, Downwind Sim. Yep, video. Again, proof. I am alive. Sweat on my brow. 2 full loads of laundry since we last talked. Plus, was able to get up and help out and get in good graces again. I survived the wrath of Khan, as we call it. See, that's a joke because her name is Connie. Anyway. So, all right. So JPC. Oh yeah, you'll be the ATC for the Long Island Sound event on the 15th. Very cool. Very cool. Oh yeah. Farmington, FRG. Is that right? Farmington. Kitty Monster checking back in. Hello. Have some tea. Republic Tower. It is, oh, Farmingdale. Okay, Republic Tower. Very good. Very good. All right, for those of you that just checked in, we are on our way from South Kauai. South Kauai, I think. South Kauai. We're on this Victor 16 airway right now. It is a what did we say? 56 DME leg down here to Gecko, and then it's a little short 18-mile leg to Alna. We're going to use the Lanai VOR to track that. So 56 is what we're looking for on the hard-to-read DME. We're 20, so we've got 36 miles to go. And a downwind sim, if I gave you this plane, could you clean that glass up for me or replace that element? I actually kind of wonder, because all of these things are simulated here. I wonder if I pop that guy out and back in, if it'd help. No, it didn't do anything. Rats. Just need a little elbow grease, I think, to clean that up or something. I don't know. Replace the bulb in the back there for the backlighting. Maybe I can look at the backlighting options here. What do we have? What do we have? This is the radio and nav lights. Are they turned? They're already turned up. And the panel lighting. Oh, I could turn that up quite a bit. What's that do for me? Okay, that helps these guys. Didn't do diddly squat for that. Is there another? I wonder if there's another switch. And these guys, that's for the little bit of a glass cockpit that we have. I wonder if there is something over here though. There's a fan.
And Seneca 7696,
cool.
HCF Center.
696, go ahead.
Well, I'm not seeing anything, I guess, over here, but it's just one of those things you got to zoom in, and the famous, what does this button do? It would not be one of my streams without that. One of those days I'll be home when you're flying so you can fire up the sim. Yep. Crazy hours of working. Ah, very cool though. Yeah, that's a great thing to be working towards though, my man. So, pleasure. I feel grateful that you can stop in anyway, and just with the few free minutes that you have, because I know, from what I understand, that is a very, very difficult certification. Did you watch that Flight Chops episode where he finally got his IFR? I figured you could probably relate.
Seneca 696 will take the
Hey,
Iowa
Titanium
runway
Druid.
3.
Welcome to the stream.
Seneca 696, Roger, you can expect the LS runway 3.
Right?
And
It's a
Lanai
little bit of this right
altimeter
now.
288.
Downwind.
Roger, we'll expect that.
Hello.
And altimeter 288, Seneca 696.
This would be pretty unnerving, wouldn't it? Not
Seneca
gonna lie.
696, good to
And we fly through some tight spots in those mountain ranges, but I think this flat blue would scare the living daylight out of me. Looking for 50, gosh, I keep forgetting 56. That's got an emoji, thanks to JPC on the, what do we got here? Oh my goodness, JPC, thanks for the sub, man. That's awesome, dude. I don't even know what to say. That's way cool, man. Alright, you almost made me forget about what I was doing. Fly the plane, fly the plane. Alright, 27.5. He proves that the Earth is flat. Check it out, though. I mean, this is cool. This is what's cool about X-Plane. I do like that. Not that they don't have this in P3D, but for some reason I just like the look of this. This guy's moving. He's got a little light blinking. See the wake behind him. Look at how well those downwind sim binoculars work. Ooh, downwind. My friend, that's an aircraft carrier, isn't it? Oh man, if I was not cleared IFR, I would be so trying that. Nope. Look away, look away. Look away, Tempstress. Ooh, man. That's... Oh, man. Nope. Not going to do it. I'm going to be smart. I'm going to be safe. I've got plenty of chances to come back down and land on that aircraft carrier. I don't think I could get this plane stopped on it, to be honest. I mean, if it had a tail hook or whatever, yeah, but there's no way. This plane is not a quick stopping. It's not a bush plane. It's not a STOL plane.
Attention aircraft 8. BF center's back.
All right. 30. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Another 14 miles. Sorry, 24 miles. And we'll flip over. We have a different nav frequency we'll track, and again our radio will change a little bit. We'll track 278 inbound to Lanai. That's only an 18 knot leg. We probably could look at, let's do that before it gets too busy here, because once we start to make that turn, I think it's going to get a little crazy. Let's look at the weather at Molokai. That's a little stuttery. That's weird. So PHMK. So winds 050 at 12. Ooh, that's pretty gusty for this light plane. Gusts of 19. Yowza. 10 statute miles a few at 3,800. 299er6. I think I will go ahead and set that once we make the turn, but so gusty winds from the northeast. Okay, so what does that mean for us in terms of an approach? Oh, there we go, runway 5. That looks like our boy. Anything I should know about on my way in? Does have a VOR instrument approach if we needed it. I wonder if that's because of terrain. How does that match up with what we're already flying? Answer is it doesn't. So we could, I think we could probably intercept or come out here to the Palais transition. Where does the Victor 8 put us? All right. Oh, it actually puts us right on Palais. So that's okay. So that's what we want. We're going to fly this VOR approach. It does have a back course, but that's not us. We're coming straight in. If you were coming from the north, you would fly over it. You'd fly out here. You'd fly the back course, make the procedure turn and come in. But we're going to fly this. So we're going to tune 16.1.
I would like to full stop.
And track it 074 inbound.
Quebec Airport is at your 12
Very good. And then 066 outbound. That'll put us right where we need to be. Okay. That works.
So 3 Quebec, Roger.
I think we can do that.
Turn left downwind, runway 2.
Course reversal.
Runway 273 Quebec.
You know that drill, don't you, jet pilot?
5-6,
Got to fly many of those in your 135?
Alice runway 2 down to 5,000, press entry 56.
Yeah. Sorry, 145, sorry. Embraer. All right, how are we doing here, guys? 37, good. Again, we're looking for 54 outbound. Yeah, I bet. And they make a lot of sense. I mean, there's sometimes when you just can't fly like a regular traffic pattern. This may be one of those areas where that's the case. So you have to pretty much go straight over the airfield, and then make the 180 basically. I do have the expensive landing plug-in running. So yeah, so there's something else new for tonight. Not only do you have empirical evidence of, or excuse me, not only did you have a sense of how bad my landings usually were, you will now have empirical data to show that. So I have a new landing plug-in from, was it Captain Canada downwind? Is that where we got this from? But we'll be able to see landing rate. It also says like if I flared at the right time, or I think it talks about if you floated too far or something like that. So we'll see. We'll get the gambit, I'm sure, with me in this plane, because I've yet to really land this one. Well, I take that back. I landed it in a grass airstrip in Wyoming once pretty well, and then the other 20 times it's not been so good. 501 Aviator, hello, welcome to the show. Welcome to Prop Culture. And there we go. So good deal. Downwind just shared the link there. It was pretty easy to install, although I did not have the Fly with Lua stuff that I thought I did. So that was good. It was good to get that, as well as this landing. Well, we'll see if the landing rate display thing is worth it or not. 501, happy Saturday. Hope all is good in your world. Yeah. You look like a corporal at my job. Well, okay. Hopefully he's a good corporal. Fly with Hua? Oh, JPC has that same thing? Cool. All right, uh-oh. I think my wife is going out for the evening. Going with a girlfriend to the movies. That's her thing. This is my thing. Going to the movies is her thing. So, yep. She'll peek her head down, maybe. I'm holding off on the DQ. I actually had a little bit of ice cream for lunch. And after I was in trouble, I ate my feelings a little bit. I admit it. So hopefully she will not. I mean, if she calls and tells me she's bringing something home, I'm not going to tell her no. But I'm not going to also initiate that just because, yeah, I don't need any more ice cream for the day. I've had enough sugar. Well, 501. You tell that ruggedly handsome corporal of yours I said hello.
Thanks for getting moderate chopper up here.
Looking for 54. 10 more miles. And then we're going to make that switch. That again, 07, what'd I say? It's 278 inbound. So we'll flip around and do all that good stuff. So 278, nope, sorry, 278 outbound from Lanai. So 278 outbound from Lanai is, let's just do a little mental math here. Whoops, let me make sure I didn't spin that out. That's going to be, gosh, 100 is 280. Is that 278? I'm drawing a big blank. Nope, it's got to go this way. 1, 2, 3. Be 278 and right 92. No, I'm drawing a huge blank. Somebody quick, mental math. I'm tired. Don't tell anyone I'm an old math teacher, please, Downwind Sim. I am wiped out. This has been a week. Actually, this has not been too bad of a week, but just came off of a seriously long weekend. We had a wrestling tournament here that hosted 800 and some wrestlers and 3,000 matches. It's bigger than our state tournament, has more teams, more wrestlers. Going offline, oh, what the?
Presidential 5-6, go turn left ring 070.
Anyway, I'm still recovering from that. Well, they've about got everybody down, so I suppose that's going to be a bummer, though. Ah, Dane Flats is up there somewhere.
Honolulu Center, Cessna 73 Quebec.
I'll have to check in with Mr. Flats. Chilly Willie, the guy that I like watching. I don't see Dane. I don't see him. Yep, I don't see him streaming, but I do see Chilly Willie streaming. 747, 10th anniversary. So, might check in with that guy here in a little bit. Almost 50. Getting close. All right, let's check. Fuel needs to probably be switched back over to the right. Yep, we're getting a little out of balance. I'm not good at that for sure, but that's not too bad. It's like 22 and 21, so I'll take that. Everything else looking good. RPMs are good. I mean, we're not setting any records here. 120. We could nurse it up closer to 140 if we had to, but as I'm reading in the book, Gift of Flight, it's not about necessarily saving time, making time. It's about being able to fly. And for some people in these low and slow planes, they actually like that because it means it gives them more time to be in the airplane, to be in the air. So, all right, check the airspeed reminder. Thanks, Black Fox. Yep, that's downwind. He asked me, since you were so good with the dryer reminder, Black Fox had asked me what he should remind me of, and I said, what you usually remind me of is watch my airspeed. That was really weird. We just hit like a downdraft or something there. Looks like it's recovering okay though. AB gas, yep, it is expensive. Calendar syndrome, yep. Al South, you know that well, don't you? Because you work as hard as any guy I know. Crazy hours. So we're a mile from it. I think what I'm going to do here is this. I think we're going to engage, we're going to go back to heading mode. We're going to let the plane turn to that 098. Thank you, Downwind Sim, for the confirmation. And we are going to flip the VOR frequency.
Presidential 5-6.
And we're going to see with any luck.
That's turn left ring 020.
That's going to come in here. Please. Well, maybe not. Okay. Next thing to check, I guess, do I have the right frequency? 17.7?
816, contact ACF approach 118.3.
1830, 11816, see ya. $18.30, all right. Whoops. How about let's use clear menu. Don't want that. Oh boy. It's happened to me once before. I was not able to clear it out. Oh, that's okay. What did he say? 1830, right? That just proves to you that I'm not looking at the glass here.
Presidential 5-6, you're clear for the visual approach runway 2.
1830. All right. Okay, we'll get rid of that. Honolulu approach, Turbo Arrow, November 11816, 3000.
November 11816, approach altimeter 2982.
2982. Okay. So we are still, that's not good. We're not picking up that VOR. We have the right frequency. There it comes. Okay. Ooh-wee. we're off a little ways here, aren't we? We are down, we're actually right of course, which would mean we're too far south. So I'm gonna, instead of heading 098, I'm gonna head, nope, I'm gonna stay 098. The reason why that's off is I haven't spun this around yet. Stay with it there, big fella. Yeah, we're actually pretty darn close. We're actually on the other side. That wouldn't have been good. Okay, back to nav mode. It'll make a little course correction to the right. And this is an 18-mile leg. So that means we gotta have to do some more math here. So we're from Lanai, we're 12 to here. That can't be right. 12 to here, 22 to here. So a grand total of, when we're 32 miles away, that doesn't look right. Well, I tell you what, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tune in Molokai, and I'm going to just wait till that guy centers up, and then we'll make that turn. And then at that point in time, we'll pretty much be on that VOR approach. So Molokai 16.1, let's put that in nav 2. Okay, that's alive, and it's 254 outbound, so let's get that spun around. 254 outbound. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when that lines up, we'll know we're at that intersection point. Yeah, we haven't done a very good job of recapturing that localizer. I wonder what's, or that radio. I wonder what's going on here. Must be getting a little bit of wind. And we're really crabbing, so we should be traveling at 098, and you can see our nose is pointed here clear past 120, so that's why we're getting shoved essentially to our left, and that's why we appear to be left of course. All right, so two things we're looking at. Again, we're waiting when we're 32 miles from, when we're 32 miles, that can't be right. 18 miles, right now we're 61, so let's say we were,
Honolulu approach, United 22
what,
Heavy
60,
is with you,
64,
17.5.
so 64 minus 18.
Approach, expect the Whaley Golf Course visual 22 left, altimeter 298.
We need to be more like in the mid to high 40s there.
That?
So I don't know what am I missing here, guys? When I'm reading this sectional, I see a 22, which represents Alana to Julie, and then I see a 12, which maybe that just represents this leg, but how long is this? And I don't see anything that kind of tells me, you know, how far that is. That's really strange. Yeah, so anyway, I guess we can't, we're just gonna have to keep an eye on nav 2 and keep an eye on this guy. When it centers up, we'll be on that Alana intersection, and we can make our turn, or we'll be pretty close anyway. So ask and ye shall receive. Wait a second, hold on. What is your Sky Vector Airport Mankato Regional? I gotta follow this. I don't know what's going on here. I'm Mankato. Right, that's Minnesota, right? It's 550. Is that high? Is that gas, you mean? I don't know what fuel price? Yeah, I don't know. It seems high to me, but I don't know what app gas costs, so I don't really know. Asking ye shall receive 12 between the intersections is what Downwind Sim is saying. Okay, so that means this would be 1, 2, 3 of those, 4 of those. So that's 48 plus 22. Is that what that means? 4822. 60. If that's the case, then we're already past it, because this is saying, nope, so that means we're, okay. Yeah, so that's tracking, why is that tracking up? Alright, we're all kinds of messed up right now. 1770. Let's just start over here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start over. I must not have a VOR tuned in like I think I do. 1770, that's Lanai. Okay, we're approaching 1770. Why are we counting up?
Departure,
There's no reason why we should be counting up at
heavy
this
with
point in
you,
time.
fly runway heavy, 4,000 feet.
Unless it's tracking, I wonder if it's tracking this. No, even if it was tracking this VOR.
13,000 and
Nope, nav1 DME.
proceed direct to which,
Yeah, that's really bizarre.
Papa Alpha Lima Alpha Yankee.
Okay, I'm a little perplexed at that, I guess. We should be, if I'm not mistaken, we should be counting down. You know, I'm not the best radio navigation guy in the West, but out here we were somewhere like around 78 DME away from Lanai, and so we should be slowly counting down, right?
Expect the power plant visual, runway 22 left, report the power plant in sight, descend to 6,000.
I don't know. I don't know. What am I missing, downwind? What am I missing?
HCS Center approach, Delta 1887.
We're pretty much totally relying on this second navigation now to tell us when it's time. I mean, we've got a little bit of a visual here. Okay, we've got the islands here, and you know, we're not going to be, if worst comes to worst, we can fly over there. But this is Honolulu, and so that's where all the big heavies are. And this guy off here is where we're going, Molokai. So we should be, again, downwind. This is what I am working off of. So we tracked South Kauai all the way down to Gecko, and that was 54, 56 DME. And we switched over just for this little leg. We had to track Lanai inbound. So if these represent 12, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, 48 plus 22 is 70. So then 70 and 18 is 88. So I should have started at Gecko. I should have been 88 nautical miles away, and I should be slowly seeing that count down, but instead it's doing this. Oh, now it's doing nothing. Oh boy. DME, what are you doing to me here? You're killing me. So all I can speculate is perhaps
1,500 we're clear of the Bravo, and then we're going to head to the north.
I don't know.
1287 Tango around.
If I go to nav 2, let's just see if the DME is working. I am going to need this. This is going to be semi-important as I'm making my approach here, but
Yeah, to 22, descend to maintain 3,000.
there we go.
Maintain 3,000.
There we go. Okay, so there's 80. Let's see. Now it's counting down. Okay.
United 22 did the field in sight.
All right. So perhaps this is not where we want it to be. GS/T. We need it on RMT. Remaining time.
22, fly heading 190.
Okay. Learn something new every day.
Flying 190, United 22 heavy.
All right. So back to business. 4820 is
Jedi 69, descend to 4,000.
4,000, Jedi 69.
4822, sorry, is 70. So we're actually right there. We should be, no, 8 miles. So this is 70. We should be at that Alana intersection. This should start to center up, which it is. And then we can turn. Holy cow! That was a moment of trepidation. Always worked on the old farm truck. Oh yeah, giving it the old soft boot. Is that what the IT guys say? Ships aground on the shore of this uncharted desert isle. Downwind sim.
Yeah, 22,
Waxing poetic. I know we're going that way, guys.
040 United 20 Heavy.
I know there's
188, 35 Heavy.
big jets going in there.
Terminator, change advisor frequency approved. We'll see you next time.
And I also know
Can we divert to
that we've lost center.
if it's possible?
Say again?
Can we divert?
So it was a whole big thing, by the way, last time down here.
You want to return to your
The last event they had,
yes, sir.
like everybody kind of abandoned.
Roger, descend to 5,
I mean, they were like, all right, it's 7 o'clock.
Down to 5,000 on the front heading 618.
Event's over. We're out of here. Squawk 2280. And like everybody just left. And one guy hung around because there were still like 20 or 30 guys coming in. And so he jumped over. I don't know if he jumped over to center or if he jumped over to approach or anyway. He worked his butt off for like another almost 2 hours that night trying to make sure that you got everybody in. It was really cool. Wish I could remember the guy's name. I was streaming at the time, and I think we kind of tried to give him some love on that night, but it was pretty awesome. Okay, there comes our our radial coming in to Molokai, and this ought to be getting close to 70. Yep, 75. I have no idea again how to get rid of this screen. That's okay. We don't need it. We're not going to tune in anything on there anyway. We're just going to use the nav functions to grab that VOR. All right. There comes some of that mist. Must be a little bit of a weather update because I've dropped altitude again. This is one of those things I explained that you need to work on. You and your superior coding and platform and all that, how much better you are than P3D in every other way.
26 left, 180.
Weather engine's not good. Get after it. Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 is coming.
Delta 1887.
You got to be ready. All right.
Turn left heading 120.
We are just about centered up with that bottom
Maintain 7,000.
needle. We're 2.9 miles from making our
Maintain
turn.
7,000 Delta
As I
1887.
look here again, just double checking. We're going to grab the 254 outbound. We're turning right now for some reason. Why are we turning? Why are we turning?
22 heavy, clear visual approach, number 26 left.
Must have been again a big wind shift or something. That was really weird. So 254.
10 out of 22 heavy, contact the tower, 123.9, we'll see ya.
Alright.
1239, thanks so much, Aloha.
Spin this around. I thought I'd hear a few more of those Alohas. So that will be, so 70 will be opposite 250.
Turn left
1, 2, 3, 4. That's where we'll turn here in just a minute. In just 1.3 DME. In fact, I'll probably start the turn here with a mile to go, just to give us a little bit of. Okay, there we go.
I'm sorry, who's that?
All right, back to heading. Start to make our turn. Molokai 1610 is what I now need.
I'm having trouble understanding the call sign. I will say the call sign a lot slower.
90674 Delta.
Let's change that. Let's get rid of you.
674 Delta.
254 outbound.
Yeah, that's the goal sign.
Okay, we're pretty well on it. That's not bad. Back to nav mode. Make a little bit of an adjustment.
674 Delta, squawk 0732.
Or a big adjustment.
0732.
So yeah, that actual landmass was part of the big island, I guess. Actually. Uh oh. Here we go. Just a second.
674 Delta, approach your radar contact. Flying trees 40.
Good news.
Unless you can accept 26 right.
Still loves me.
340-9674 Delta.
Anyway, we thought that was Molokai, but that's not. Molokai is still out here somewhere, apparently. Yep, it's always a good thing, JPC. Oh, she came down kind of like in a rush, and I'm like, oh crap, what have I done now? She was just running a little bit late.
Delta 1887, descend to maintain.
All right, so now, haha.
Maintain 4000, Delta 1887.
Might mean I can just keep flying a little bit here. So 13, 8, and 13 is what I think I have. I think I have. 13, 13, 3 13s. Okay, downwind sim, am I reading this right? If this is 13, and this is also 13, 13, 13, and 13, 39 plus 8, 47, is that right? We're about to find out. 47, I should be counting down. Nope, I'm not right. That's
Delta 1887, descend to
out
maintain.
here a little bit. Well, rats. I'm missing a little bit of, missing something somewhere. But the good news is, if that's counting down to Molokai, we know where we're heading. And the other good news is, now that we have 16.1 tuned in, we essentially have our localizer frequency, and all we have to do is just grab the approach course 066.
75 heavy cleared visual approach, runway 26 left, contact tower 123.9.
Clear visual approach.
All right. Yeah, we never did quite get that Molokai BOR to line up,
75 heavy.
but fairly close. Was I just off in my 254? Nope, that's what I have. 254, 254. Just a little discrepancy. I do understand that they do sometimes need looked at. They're not always exactly the same. Okay, flip the tank back over. How am I doing on fuel here? Not half bad. Down below 20, up above 20. I'll probably leave it on that left-hand side for the rest of the time. Look at my pressures, my temps. Manifold pressure's good. It's suggested. Let's see, what is suggested here? I guess I don't really have a note. Once you get up and running, keep it in the green. We're certainly not over stressing anything right now. Oil temp, pressure, all looks good. Making good power. Suction is still good. Appears that we're running like we're supposed to anyway. Yep, there's I'm guessing, another wind correction, maybe. It is gusty up here, so I mean there's a possibility again that we may have we may have some gusty winds wreaking havoc with us. I'm seeing still 050, since the surface wind really hasn't changed. 12 knots, still gusting 19. We're up here at 3,000 and it's actually more out of the east, 095. So those things, they do tend to work themselves out, but I think we're feeling the effects a little bit there. I learned recently there is a new bush flight sim in the making. Is this dead stick before I even click on it? Yep, dead stick. They've been teasing me with this longer than Airplane Heaven's been teasing me with the DC-3. It does look pretty cool though. Pre-alpha. So let's just say there's a ways to go, but it does look pretty incredible, doesn't it?
Honolulu approach beach 1287 tank. I'd like to switch to advisory for landing at Dillingham.
Yeah, add to your wish list. Too bad Steam's probably not going to be a thing by the time it's actually ready to go. But the premise behind that is they're building the world right now.
674 Delta, turn right. heading 170.
you know, so kind of like in
170 for
the
Delta.
third player shooter games, you know how you have like a 10-mile, you know, world, and that way, you know, everything can be really highly detailed, and it doesn't, you know, it doesn't take a lot to, I mean, it looks really good as you're running through the forest or the...
1116 traffic, 12 o'clock and 3 miles turning northeastbound. A Boeing 757 level at 4,000.
We're looking for the traffic, 11816. All right. Anyway, that's what they're trying to do with this, and they're saying they kind of want it to look like Alaska, but it's not Alaska. It's got to be going that way. But anyway, from what they've shown, I think the level of realism, I think the detail and the scenery is going to be unbelievable. Boy, I don't see anything.
Delta 1887.
I don't see anything. 4,000, he's above us anyway. But then, yeah, you start
contact tower 1239.
you start with the Piper Cub, the J3 Cub, and you earn money by flying people and supplies. Is that me? I think that was me. Tower. I'm not going to tower. Anyway, you fly, you earn money, and then you can upgrade your plane and get bush tires and a better engine and heat, and I mean, I don't know, but all that kind of stuff. I think I see Molokai on our 12.
230, join final approach course, 26 left, Delta 1887.
9674 Delta, turn right heading
42 miles.
230.
42 miles. We're going to get there. Well, it's not often I get to do 2 streams in a day. That's been a long time since I've done that, so this has sure been a fun day. And being able to fly a full-on slant Lima,
Delta 1887, maintain 2000, so
as automated as you can get. 737-800, and then move into a Turbo Arrow.
On the RNAV 26 left approach, cleared RNAV 26 left, Delta
Kind of
1887.
fun. 4-day for me. Welcome to the stream, my friend. We're inbound Molokai, down here messing around in the Hawaiian Islands.
Just 9674 Delta.
This
turn
is
left
us.
Heading 210.
210, 9674 Delta.
11816 traffic, no factor.
11816. Good, because I was outside horsing around. But yeah, this is us. We're flying the Airlink.
9674 Delta, traffic 1 o'clock, 4 miles.
Disregard
northwest
the
bound at 2000,
call sign because I'm going by my standard November 11816.
Looking for truck 9674 Delta.
But I like the color scheme, and I do like this concept.
2096
Or private airline. I think it'd be fun. I don't know, maybe it wouldn't be. It's a fun plane. And Jet Pilot Cinnamon has yet to see me make it to a destination in it. So it's a challenge. So for you, JPC.
260 power approach, go to 9674 Delta.
I didn't understand one word that guy just said. Alright, how are we doing, by the way? That could also be part of our issue. We're 08 something. Yeah, see, we're off.
Tower 239, 1887.
Our compasses are a little off. So we should be about 080. So let's spin that over. I know that's going to make us adjust a little bit here, but we got to get that worked out a little bit. Oh yeah, just finished watching that 7-3. That was a fun one. Sparker in VR, hey.
9674
Hello, I think your influence is going to be felt on this stream, Sparker in VR, and you don't even know it, but our mutual friend, oh no, approach closing, caramba. Anyway, our mutual friend, Downwind Sim, watched your stream and saw that you had yourself a pretty cool plug-in for landing rate. I think he might have just called me, so I'm going to go ahead and go there. So anyway, we installed that. He's always looking for ways to further humiliate and shame me, so he said, hey, you ought to install this. I'm going to. Of course, whenever he says that, he never does. He like lets me install it first and then stream it and then crash it, and then he comes in later on and watches all my my beta testing essentially, and then he makes it look awesome. But so anyway, we're gonna have that, so everybody kind of get buckled up. You can make a landing rate prediction, and it'll also, if I'm not mistaken, Sparker, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but it rates you on like how well the timing of your flare and the amount of glide. So I mean, it's like a pretty proper landing rate, judge. It'll be good for me. I honestly I do need that, because that kind of feedback is pretty darn rare. I mean, it's hard to get. You can watch the replay, right, but you still don't get a sense for exactly how well you did. You don't have the empirical data. So anyway, and yeah, so that was the thing, Sparker, that Downwind Sim liked, is because he's an Oculus guy. It sounds like you're using something similar, and that he said that's the first one I've seen that shows up in the VR. So he thought that was pretty cool, and we're going to see how well it works. I've tested it once. Valve index, yeah, I did. I lost it all. I think they must have hit their 8 hours. I don't blame them. I mean, crying out loud, 8 hours is 8 hours.
Traffic Delta 1887, clear runway 26 left.
They did a good job, I think, from all accounts. Yep, 22.8, that's me. Unicom City. Population, this guy. Ooh, just in time for the foggy fog to roll in. Awesome. Just what I need. Oh, there we go. We're out. We are on the VOR or TCAN Alpha approach, and we're essentially making it to Palais, which is 22.7 DME from Molokai, the Molokai VOR, I should say, not the airport, but we need to be, let's see, is Loki, I think Loki might be our initial approach fix. Uh-oh, getting a phone call here. I'm gonna have to, yeah, I'll call that guy back. Anyway, 2,900 or above, which is, we're at 3,000 right now, so that's going to be just fine. And yeah, we'll go from there. I think that's it, because this is only 3.8 DME here. So, all right. Well, anyway, if we happen to get socked in, that's kind of what we have to have, and we'll keep our eye on the needle. We'll keep our eye on the DME, which I think we have spun to the right. Yep, 29 miles now, so 22.7. Again, we're on that Palais waypoint. That's the initial approach fix. Sorry, Palais. So 2,900 and above, which is what we are. And then, as you can see, there is a 7,000 foot peak that lies just to the west of the airfield, and I think we're good coming in pretty well straight into runway 5. The wind has been pretty consistent. It's not great wind, but it's been 050 at 12 pretty much the entire flight, with the gusts of 19. That's been pretty consistent, so that's sure to help the landing rate. All right. If we happen to miss, by the way, we're going to make a climbing left-hand turn to 4,000 on a 360 heading, and we're going to swing back around to the Molokai BR. Oh, actually, sorry, we're gonna track a course from Molokai 030 to the Hopi intersection, which is 10 miles out, and we'll hold there. Actually, if we miss, we're just going to enter left-hand traffic and try it again. I don't think anybody around, and I think the terrain will allow us to do that as well. There's also a log feature. Okay, cool. So I don't get to forget my mistakes. That's what you're telling me, Sparker? Looking for all the help we can get. Yep. Doing a turn 030 with a 248-degree twist. Nice. Well, we'll check. When we get down, we'll check that log. We'll see. We'll see what it tells us. Degree of difficulty, 6.23. Yeah, I have a feeling it doesn't account for U.S. Forest Service hazardous strips. So I'm guessing that my log it may look a little bumpier than most. I mean, it will anyway, just because it's me. But combine me and my skills with the places that we fly, and well, you're about to see. Well, if you've watched any of this, if you've watched me, you know what the results are going to be. Magic. I predict a landing where my coffee does not spill. Yeah, so the nice thing, it's okay, so this is going to be a little shift for my propeller heads here. The landing rate prediction used to be yes or no and number of bounces, and now you can actually make a legit prediction. Although you can't do like the I mean, it's not like you put in exclamation point predict and you win anything that way. It simply is bragging rights. But yeah, Sparker's had 2 hard landings. I had 2 hard landings the last time I landed. Usually the third one's pretty good. Here's by the way, the downwind sim back scratcher. Thank you, my friend. That right there is yeah. What do we win? Right now you win bragging rights, dude. I don't even have 12 followers, man. Bragging rights. I tell you what, maybe what I'll do is this. I will put your name up instead of where my Discord information is. Maybe I'll put up their landing rate champ or something like that. Yeah.
Honolulu traffic, Alaska 231 passing Saki now, unbound for the
I'll do something along those lines. Sorry about that. All right, well, the world's getting bigger here, so let's kind of take a peek. We are about 20 miles out, and just looking, kind of cheating a little bit here. Molokai. I do look like I have 2 arrivals. There's somebody coming in a Skyhawk before us. Some guy named Mike, cinematographer, something, cinnamon pilot guy. So hopefully he'll get out of the way. Because I mean business, man. If you guys that just tuned in don't know these guys that are here, man, you've got to check them out. You got to give them a follow. Great guys. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If there's one redeeming feature in my streams, it's the dudes I hang out with. You sure as heck aren't going to learn anything about aviation. Well, you'll learn how not to do things, But I digress. But I can do this. And what other streamer does this? I can still make fake airplane noises with my mouth like I was a 4-year-old. Not as good as my grandson, by the way, which, by the way, we're working. We have 21 of the avionic letters learned right now, by the way. I'm pretty happy. Still gets a little confused with the M and the W, Mike and Whiskey, which, I mean, who doesn't? And Oscar and Quebec still causes us some problems, but yeah. Oh no, I'm getting another call. Come on, people. I'm busy. Can't you see I'm a little busy? No, now he's not even going to land. He's going to get in the pattern. Malachi traffic. Arrow 11816. 15-mile final. Runway 5, Malachi. Alright, so clearly we're not, by the way, on the runway heading. So this is one of those approaches where you fly in to the VOR here on the 074. After the VOR, you got 3.8 miles to kind of get yourself lined up, 066 roughly. So it makes perfect sense then that they call the runway 5. Yeah. 066 must just get you in the neighborhood, not quite on runway heading. So anyway, it's one of those offset arrivals. 3.8 miles, we could land 7 times, and that, you're right. You are correct. So I'm hoping once I get here in the next, so I actually was more than 15, I'm more like 20. So here in about 12 miles, I'm hoping I'll have some visual on the airfield, and we'll just make a visual approach. It does look like the weather, the visibility is going to be okay, but it is going to be windy. And Cessna landing at Malachi, any PIREP?
I'll let you know shortly.
I think this plane is probably fairly close in terms of weight. It's probably a little heavier than the Skylane, or sorry, the Skyhawk, but it's in that neighborhood. It is a light aircraft. Okay, so let's, speaking of landing here, so we need the fuel set to the fullest tank, and we've actually done a pretty good job of keeping those balanced. We're going to head over to the right tank, that's the fullest.
Malachi traffic, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie is short final, runway 5, touch and go, left traffic, Malachi.
All of our the mixture is going to stay full forward. We will put the prop lever full forward. We still have the fuel pump on. I don't think we needed to have the fuel pump on this whole time, but that didn't seem to affect us too bad. Yeah, you probably could just get out and slamming the door will scoot us over about 4 degrees. We need to approach at about a 75. About 75 is a good approach speed. And then, you know, a little bit under 70 probably for a VREF.
Cessna 124 Mike Charlie, upper in runway 5, left traffic, Malachi. For the one looking for the PIREP, slight crosswind from the left, not too bad, mostly smooth.
All right. Yeah, much appreciated. So we are, we're 9 miles basically, 9 plus the 3. So we're about 12 out here. We'll make a call once we see the airfield. I have a feeling it's slightly hidden by this hill, but thumbs up on the ortho. And I was able, it was kind of nice. I was able to cook. I mean, it's got to be 12, it's got to be a dozen tiles or so. But I was able to do it in only a little over an hour because there's so much water. So I've got a feeling that the tiles aren't as beefy and take up as much space as maybe the other ones that we do.
Malachi, traffic says the 124 Mike Charlie left downwind, runway 5, touch and go, Malachi.
Alright, so he's in good shape. He'll be able to at least do this pattern and one more. Sandbar. Hey, speaking of beaches, downwind, what about your special project down there in the Keys, man? When's that going to be ready? I've been dying to break out a float plane or something. Or even landing on the sandy beach or something. When's that going to be ready? It's on the list. On the list. Yep, this is true. It's not like you're doing anything. It's not like you've got a day job. You can't just crank out scenery and liveries all day long, for Pete's sake. All right.
Malachi, traffic says 124 Mike Charlie left base, runway 5, touch and go, Malachi.
So he may have time to do this pattern and one more here. We're still a good 10 miles out. Malachi traffic, Arrow 11816, 10 miles from the airfield. We'll be straight in runway 5, Malachi. So we actually could be descending here. I think we're going to do this. Let's pop this off. Let's turn the autopilot off. Let's just hand fly this VOR, and we'll let it bleed off some altitude here. Again, after we pass the VOR, which is less than 3 miles, we only have 3.8 to go, so we need to get, down at least to pattern altitude. Pattern altitude for us is going to be 1500. So let's start heading down that way.
Traffic says 124 Mike Charlie upwind 15 from Malachi.
Yep, I'm thinking he may be able to get in there one more time before we arrive. There's some trees for you downwind. Wonder if my North American trees that I bought, wonder if they affect this at all. Or this must be, maybe this is just Mr. X trees. Oh. Alright, let's get ourselves down. Let's do a kind of a 90, 500 feet a minute, 90 knot, kind of a skylane type of approach here. Whoops. Getting close to that VOR because the needle is starting to move pretty radically. Again, once we get past, we need to be 066. So what's this looking like here? Are we? Yep, we're half a mile from it. So we ought to be seeing this airfield here pretty soon. I mean, we're only 3 miles away, 4 miles away. Where the heck are you? Let's turn 066.
Malachi, traffic says the 124 Mike Charlie left downwind, full stop, runway 5, Malachi.
Yep, he'll be able to get in. I see the runway. Malachi traffic, Arrow 11816, 3 mile final, runway 5, full stop, Malachi.
I got you inside, I'll keep it short.
Roger. Okay, we'll pull back again. Prop and mixture full forward. Landing lights are on. Altimeter is set. There's flap speed. We'll toss a notch in here. All right, Kenny Monster, 109. Wow. That's a lot of faith. I don't think I've had 109 landing in my career. Okay, getting some gear horn warning. Okay, gears coming down. There we go. Oh boy. Gears down and 1, 2, 3 green. Looking for 75 here. Trim, trim, trim. Trim, trim, trim. Please. Oh boy. He said the wind was from his left. It should be. I feel like I'm getting shoved to the left in a big way. Wow. All right, well. Holy Moses. Yeah, my nose is getting really, I'm full right, almost full right rudder right now. There we go. Now we're coming around.
Malachi traffic, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie's clear of runway 5, Malachi.
Well, this could be interesting. I don't know what to think about this wind. Second notch of flaps is in. We're a little too high. So we're going to get that message, aren't we? Steep descent too steep or something like that. Feel like we're a bit quick as well. You can always go around. Yep, I'm too high. Yeah, let's see how far down the runway we are here. Windsock is out pretty good. Alright, we'll just slow her down, hold her off. We're way down the runway, I know that. Poor and early flare, yeah. 67? There is no way that was that good. 10.39 second float. That's about average for me, I think. Maybe more than that. All right. Al South. Holy cow. You guys, I tell you what. You had more faith in me than I thought. Black Fox 403. That's more like what I was expecting, man. So Al South is the winner. Okay, Al South, I think what I'm going to try to do is put your name up in lights for future generations to see, or at least until the next stream. And congrats, man. You are the first ever Melvin Leroy landing rate winner. Clean the flaps up. There's our friend Mike Sinante. Mike Sinante. Still can't get his name right. It's an endearing trait, right? You guys love me because of that. Jet Pilot Cinnamon, JPC. Okay. I'm going to turn my landing lights off because I'm not rude like him. I'm not going to blast you out with bright lights. Just kidding, man. And let's find a place to park. And let's talk about what's coming up here later on the channel. This is not, I mean, default scenery, or sorry, default airport, but beautiful scenery, so can't complain. I do like flying down here. There's no doubt about it. Not a lot of bush strips down here, though, I don't think. Alright, fairly close to being lined up. Lost Creatures. Hey, negative 155. He just jumps right on and makes a pretty good prediction. That was nice of you there. Thanks for the butter. Oh my, where's ouch my back, Kenny? Tell Bravo 7 to fire up her choppa. All right, let me back up here. So Al South, yeah, the winner with the prediction that was closest. We're not going to do the Price is Right thing without going over because that's just too much work. But and we'll disregard the fact that I landed basically 3/4 of the way down the runway. We're all just going to forget about that, okay? All right, what else is going on here? Let's get caught up. Always had faith in all those landings. Al South said, yeah. Yeah, I wish I could say I've been sandbagging you guys, but really I haven't. So, yep, downwind sim, brace your back. It always blows in Hawaii. Says the guy who's been there like 5 times in his life. JPC giving me some props. That's pretty nice coming from a real world pilot, man. I tell you what, appreciate that. 67.05. Yeah, that's so. How do you go to the log then? Let's fly with Lua. I don't even know now. Verbose logging mode, and we'll mess with that off stream. Well, Cinnamon, just call me Sinante Bond, Jet Pilot Bond. I like mispronouncing your name, okay? It's kind of like mispronouncing the Hawaiian Islands. It's what I'm good at. Give me that one thing, okay? All right. Well, guys, like I said, it's not often I get to do 2 streams, so that was really, really fun. And I appreciate you guys showing back up after the first one. Usually that's enough to put people off for at least a week, but you guys came rolling back in force, and yeah, that was pretty cool. So while I've got you here, captive audience, let me talk to you about the stream schedule coming up in case you missed it on the first one. But yeah, like I said, normally Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday is the streaming days. I do like to participate in the stuff that goes on the other days as well. But and one of those coming up, there's a little bonus flight that Mike Sinante and the Virtual USA flying group has put together, and it should be a fun one. You need to hop over there. I think Mike will probably share the link to become part of that Discord group, and it's a great group, and hop in there. But they're going to have something going coming up on Monday, and then they'll also have something going a week from today, the Long Island Sound fly-in, and so we'll probably be back in this plane. Honestly, it should be just right for the Long Island Sound fly-in, I think. Is that the Hawaii Glacier over there that I don't know about? What's going on with that? That must be a cloud that rendered in there with the ortho. So anyway, that's kind of what's happening next Saturday. In the meantime, we'll be back on Tuesday with the stream in the Chicago area, and we'll be in the King Air 200 Super back in the P3D world. That should be a lot of fun. It's been a long time since we've flown that plane. And then again, Thursday is episode 6. Hard to believe, episode 6 already of the Nowhere Fast series, and we'll be in the Cessna 152. We'll be flying from Fish Lake down to Johnson Creek, and it's an interactive series. You're welcome to fly along with me if you'd like. Just get a hold of me again on the Discord, and I can hook you up with scenery. It works best if you have ortho, but you don't have to have ortho, that type of thing. But if you're interested, just like I said, get a hold of me, and I'll set you up with what you need. Yeah, I think that's about it. So there's the Virtual USA Flying Club link from JPC, and yep, Titanium Drew, the mighty 152, the old one filthy, man. I love it. It's a Carenado with the Nadrian mod. It's a bush plane, and it's just I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving it. So all right, that's enough of that, guys. You've been great. I've kept you too long. Hey, Mike, go careful with those little physical therapists again. I know you didn't walk for like 3 days after your last trip to PT. So thanks for flying, man.
Yeah, the left arm is definitely being relegated to the throttle for sure for now.
We've talked. It's if anyone's been through physical therapy, the smaller the physical therapist, the more sweet and innocent they look, the worse they are. So you always hope for the big guy. You want the big football player guy when you go to PT, because he'll take it relatively easy on you. The little tiny, blonde chick, she'll make you cry. So anyway, just that's a tip. It's a free tip. Write it down. There'll be a quiz. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Take care. God bless.
I think is when the Microsoft Flight came out. And what did that last? 8 months? So there was like a big hole. And then when did Sex Plane 11 come out? 3 years ago? 2 years? Hey! I just heard a massive raid. We want to thank you for doing that raid there. This comes from one of our very good friends, the Jeepers Creepers, Bush Hooligans, Mr. Melvin Leroy. Where are you, Melvin Leroy? Captain Obvious, you last longer in bed than how long Microsoft Flight lasted in the marketplace. Yeah, no, I like the DCS. I heard some things about DCS. I'm not going to ever fly it, though. Mr. Chevy Rolls. Why don't you fly? Why don't you do a broadcast? What has it been, a year? Time for you to get back into the streaming business.